Hi, second graders. It's Mrs. Myers. Today we're going to talk about the main idea. The main idea of a reading passage is what that reading passage is mostly about. Good readers use clues while they're reading the reading passages or stories to be able to identify the main idea. Four things I want you to think about when you start a story or read a passage. Number one, I want you to think about what the big idea is that the author wants you to know about the story. Number two, I want you to focus on those text features we've talked about all year long. Are there titles or headings on the pages? Are there keywords that are written in bold letters or italics or highlighted? The next thing I want you to do is look at those pictures. Are the pictures real pictures? Are they drawings? Are there labels on the pictures? Are there captions underneath the pictures to help you understand? And the last thing, I want you to read the first and the last sentences very carefully in each reading passage. Often the main idea is listed right up front so that the author helps you to understand this is what you're reading about, this is what you're learning about, this is my main idea, the big idea. So let's get started. We're going to do a few passages together. I'll read aloud while you follow along. You'll notice that these passages do not have a lot of text features. They have a title or a heading at the top, and that's the topic to help you to understand what you're about to read so that the reader can make connections and so that you get your mind ready to think about the topic the author's sharing with you. So the first one we're going to read is called Tiger Sharks. That's the heading or the title of this passage. The question is always the same on the bottom of the slide. What is the main idea of the passage? Good readers always try to look at those questions first so they know to have their mind ready to answer those questions. So, what is the main idea of this passage? Tiger sharks. Tiger sharks hunt seals, sea turtles, and sea snakes. They even hunt other sharks. They eat garbage like cans and bottles that have been thrown into the ocean. Tiger sharks will eat whatever they find. Okay, so now I'm going to think about the main idea. Let me read my three choices here. Good readers always read all the choices. Even if the answer is obvious, always check out all the choices so that they aren't tricking you with maybe some funny wording. You want to check all your choices. So choice A, tiger sharks even hunt other sharks. B, tiger sharks will eat whatever they find. C, they eat garbage. All three of those sentences are in the story, but only one of them is the main idea, the most important, the big idea that all the other sentences support. So I'm going to look at that first sentence. Tiger sharks hunt seals, sea turtles, and sea snakes. If this were the main idea, all of the other sentences would be about hunting animals or these animals. They hunt other sharks, so that could be because it's still talking about hunting animals. The next sentence, they eat garbage like cans and bottles that have been thrown into the ocean. That doesn't support, that's not a detail that would support the main idea being tiger sharks hunt seals, sea turtles, and sea snakes. That's a different idea. So let's check the last sentence. Tiger sharks will eat whatever they find. I think this is my main idea because the first sentence talks about finding and hunting seals, sea turtles, and sea snakes. The next sentence is talking about finding and hunting sharks. And the next sentence talks about finding garbage and eating garbage. So I think the main idea is that last sentence, tiger sharks will eat whatever they find. Now that is one of my choices down here, B, tiger sharks will eat whatever they find. It matches with my last sentence. So B is my best choice. All right, let's try another one together. Spring weather. I'm ready to read about spring weather. I'm thinking about what happens in the spring, what the weather is like, and now I'm ready to read. The passage and then I'll read the choices. I know my question is, what is the main idea? So my mind is already ready to read and look for that main idea. So, spring weather. Spring weather brings lots of rain. Rain helps the plants grow and the grass to turn green. The clash of cold and warm air in spring brings storms. Sometimes frozen rain falls as hailstones. Now let's read all three choices as good readers do. What is the main idea of the passage? A, spring weather brings lots of rain. B, rain helps the plants grow. And C, sometimes frozen rain falls as hailstones. Alrighty, so A is actually the first sentence up here. So let's check and see if that's my main idea. Spring weather brings lots of rain. Are the other sentences all about rain coming? Rain helps the plants grow and the grass to turn green. That's talking about the rain that comes. The clash of cold and warm air in spring brings storms. That's talking about some rainstorms. And the last sentence, sometimes frozen rain falls as hailstones. Ooh, that's talking about a kind of rain. So all of the sentences are details about spring weather brings lots of rain. I think that's my main idea. Let's just explore that last sentence and see if the other sentences are all details about the last sentence. Sometimes frozen rain falls as hailstones. No, that's a key detail about rain. All the other sentences are not talking about frozen rain or hailstones. So I don't think that's my main idea. So I go back into all my choices. Spring weather brings lots of rain. Rain helps the plants grow. C, sometimes frozen rain falls as hailstones. I know that A is the exact sentence up above the first sentence. So that is my main idea. That would be the best selection. Okay, the next story we're going to read is about eagles. For golden eagles, that's kind of an interesting read for us. So let's look at this passage together and think about the main idea. What is the most important thing, the big idea that the author wants us to know? And all of the other sentences will be details about the main idea. So the title, Eagles. Eagles are unique looking birds. They are large birds weighing up to 15 pounds. Eagles have curved beaks and strong talons. They have black, brown, and white feathers. What is the main idea of the passage? Choice A, eagles are unique looking birds. Choice B, they have black, brown, and white feathers. And choice C, eagles have curved beaks and strong talons. Let's go back up into the story. Let's look at that first sentence. Eagles are unique looking birds. That's actually choice A. So that could be my main idea. Let's look at the other sentences. Are they details that support that they're unique looking birds? Well, they are large birds weighing up to 15 pounds. That's giving me a picture of them looking like a unique bird. Eagles have curved beaks and strong talons. That's talking about how they look. And they have black, brown, and white feathers. That sentence is also talking about how they look. So I think the first sentence is my main idea, but as a good reader, I'm going to check out that last sentence. They have black, brown, and white feathers. All the other sentences are not about the colors or their feathers. So I think that first sentence is my main idea. I do not think the other sentences are all talking about the last sentence, the color or the feathers. The main idea is all about eagles being special or unique looking birds. So I come down here to my choices. Eagles are unique looking birds. Choice A. Choice B, they have black, brown, and white feathers. And choice C, they have curved beaks and strong talons. I know that A is my first sentence, and that's what I already think is my main idea. So that would make it a good choice. And we're ready to do the last one together. This passage is about Abraham Lincoln. Abraham Lincoln had many jobs. When he was 21, he ran a store and served as postmaster. Abraham later became a lawyer. In 1846, Lincoln was elected to the U.S. Congress. Later, he became the 16th President of the United States. What is the main idea of this passage? We have choice A, Lincoln was the 16th President of the United States. Were all of the sentences talking about him as president? I don't think so. B, Abraham later became a lawyer. That is true, but that's not really the big idea. All of the sentences aren't talking about him becoming a lawyer. My choice C, Abraham Lincoln had many jobs. I think that's the main idea, but let's go back up into the passage and check. That's the first sentence, so that's probably a good clue for me that that might be, letter C might be my main idea. Let's see about this. Abraham Lincoln had many jobs. Let's see, the next sentence talks about he was 21, he ran a store, he was a postmaster. The next sentence is he was a lawyer, he was elected to the US Congress, and he was a president. Those are all jobs that he had. I think that is my answer, letter C that I talked about. But I'm going to just check that last sentence just to make sure. Later, he became the 16th President of the United States. All these other sentences are not talking about that being a big idea. That's an important detail, but that's not the big idea of this story. I believe the big idea of this story is that he had many jobs, and I can list them. Running a store, a postmaster, a lawyer, a congressman, and a president. So the main idea is choice C, Abraham Lincoln had many jobs. So that's the end of our lesson here on main idea, Little Eagles. I hope this helps and gives you some strategies to use when you're reading a reading passage so that you can understand the big idea or the main idea of what the author is trying to share with you as a reader. Take care, Little Eagles. See you soon.